Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at 5 haunted pubs in Edinburgh. So this is kind of fun today because this is a request video, which is kind of exciting to do. I had this request a little while ago. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier, but I'm doing it now. And you guys requested a lot of stuff after last week as well, which is great. So I've got lists of things to do. 5 haunted pubs in Edinburgh. Someone asked me, is there any haunted pubs in Edinburgh? I don't know if they're really haunted, but they are supposedly haunted. I've not made this a top 5 or a ranking or grading or anything because, in 100% honesty, I don't know how to do that. Maybe for some things in my opinion, but when it comes to the grading of a haunted pub, I genuinely don't know how to grade them. As much as I like to consider myself a wee expert in certain things, when it comes to ghosts, I'm afraid I don't know where they rank on the PKE scale. I don't know what level of ectoplasm they may have, and yes, I was a Ghostbusters fan as a child. Somewhere deep inside me, I think I am still Peter Venkman, really. Definitely got the receding hairline. It's a bit excessively receded now, but you know. So I'm not going to rank them or anything, just the route that I'm going to walk around town is how we're going to find them. So they're not graded in any way. I've got little bits of information about them as well, but not a massive amount, to tell you the truth, because when it comes to these sort of things, it's a little bit hearsay. It's a little bit of people who happen to have slightly blurry pictures with a ghost in them, and a little bit of history and tales and bits and bobs as well. I'm rambling again. Anyway, to the first pub. So as I travel towards the first pub, Rockstar North, where they make, you know, Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption and all these awesome PlayStation games that I waste a lot of my life playing. Not waste, working on my hand-eye coordination. You know what just popped into my head then? I was walking along, and you know how you kind of just go, oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love it if I got to do a voiceover one day for a character in Grand Theft Auto. Don't you think there should be a wee Scottish man in Grand Theft Auto that I could do a voice of? I could totally do that. So, we're starting the grass market. As I've walked down the grass market here, there's been like 5 different tours going on, loads of tours, even though the festival's over. It's the 1st of September today, and the town's by no means anywhere near as busy as it was, but it's still busy. There's still people here, there's still tourists going on in 4 different languages I heard, which I really like. Anyway, first pub, we're opposite the White Hart Inn. So this is the White Hart Inn. First stop on our haunted pubs of Edinburgh. Apparently, there's been quite a few reports of ghosts in there. It's got one of the oldest cellars, apparently, in Scotland. I definitely know it's not the oldest pub in Edinburgh, but it's got one of the oldest cellars apparently. The cellar dates back to 1516, so I don't know if that means there's been a pub on there, they built a cellar, they knocked the pub down and they went, well, that's handy, we'll just build a pub here again, we've already got the cellar. Anyway, there's been pictures taken with ghosts in them, which apparently prompted some American ghost hunters to come over a couple of years ago, and they, whilst doing their evening, recorded voices, one saying help me, one saying the name Connor, apparently. Burke and Hare used to drink in there, the notorious, they're not grave snatchers, resurrectionists. So what they used to do is they used to go in there, they used to get a traveller. I'll tell the Burke and Hare story another time, but they'll get a traveller, someone who wouldn't be known about town, get them drunk, take them outside somewhere, kill them, and then sell their body. So they used to drink in there, so that's probably where some of these ghost stories come from. There's other stories of people running out of the toilets, apparently feeling like there's someone behind them, touching them. Make a joke there where you will, really. So White Hart Inn, first stop on our apparent ghost haunted, I can't talk today, haunted pubs in Edinburgh, here in the Grass Market. Most of them actually, in fact all of them that I found are in the centre of town, which makes total sense. No surprise there. The amount of people that died here, if there is such a thing as ghosts, then there's probably more ghosts here than there are people during the Edinburgh Festival. Haunted pub number 2, still in the Grass Market. The Last Drop. We mentioned this before. I can't remember which video I mentioned it before, but I definitely mentioned The Last Drop before. This is it. Notoriously the last pub people would go into to be allowed to have a drink before they were hung on the gallows, which was, if I just turn slowly to my right, where that crowd of people are right there, funnily enough, getting a tour. Yep, so people would have their last drop there and have their last drop of alcohol right there. Now the thing about this though, although I'm going to guess if you're going to haunt a pub, you're going to haunt the pub that you had your last drink in just before you died. Makes sense. But it's supposed to be haunted by a medieval ghost of a little girl in medieval clothes, apparently, who plays mischievous tricks. There's probably nothing more scary than children ghosts. You know, when you see them on films, things like that, a child ghost is always more eerie, like the twins in The Shining and stuff like that. So yeah, haunted pub number 2, The Last Drop. You want to know the thing, it's a Saturday morning right now. Now, what time is it? It's 25 past 11 in the morning right now. All the pubs are just open. You can see the Grass Market here, they're setting up for their outdoor areas. It's 17 degrees today, I should say, as well, on the 1st of September. The weather will start to get colder now. September's when we start to change. But it's still 17 degrees, it's cloudy, but it's warm, so the pubs are going to have space outside. It's early. I want a beer. Problem with talking about pubs, I want a beer. Anyway, so next up we're going to take a wander on, well, actually just off the Royal Mile. Okay, number 3 in our journey. The Banshee Labyrinth behind me here. Now this is the one when I think of haunted pubs. I don't know if it's because as an Edinburgh resident, this is the one that we kind of know of. One, because it says right above it, right there, Scotland's most haunted pubs. I don't know if that's why it pops in our head, but yeah, apparently the most haunted pub in Edinburgh. Quite a few stories of ghosts and things in there. To get to it, it's on Niddry Street. That's the Royal Mile, up there, literally, right there. And then, I'm spinning you around, I hope you're not getting dizzy. You okay? Good. Down there, that's the Cowgate, so Banshee Labyrinth is right there. The most notorious story, or one of the most famous, is when the pub was getting redone, apparently a couple of workmen were, you know, doing work as workmen do, and they heard crying. So they went round and they saw a girl, they saw a woman sitting, bent over, crying. So they went over, see if she was okay. Her head came up, there was no eyes. She had sockets for eyes, and she started screaming, and they bolted out of there, and I don't think they went back in and did any work. There's lots of your other usual sort of things as well, you know, people feeling like they're getting touched, pints moving, all that sort of thing. But yeah, that is supposedly the most haunted pub in Edinburgh. Now, the reason being, and the next haunted pub that we're going to go to is literally just there. It's the next pub up. It's the second pub up. I've showed you this before, but this part here, going from Edinburgh's Royal Mile, you can see we're going downhill here towards the Cowgate. Now, Edinburgh's built on 7 hills, as I've mentioned before. I have told you this bit of history before, or how this kind of works, but I'll tell you again anyway. There's a bridge that goes here, starts at street level there, and it starts to go through the buildings there, and then joins that part of the city up over there, yeah? So that's where that kind of starts. When they built that bridge, they built it with vaults, catacombs, little, almost honeycombs, maybe a nice way to think about it, but little vaults all the way along, because obviously that's a good structure for a bridge. And when they built these little spaces, they thought, right, businesses can use these for storage and things like that. That was the original intent of them, but it's an old building, it's made of brick, and obviously this was a couple of hundred years ago, a few hundred years ago they built these bridges. Quite a few hundred years ago. And they're not waterproof, they leaked. Water came dripping in, so all the businesses very, very quickly vacated all those spaces because all their stock was getting ruined, and then they just remained derelict for a long time. So homeless people and everything started to live in there as well. They became very notorious, not nice places to be. That's kind of behind that building and in. So I think the Labyrinth has a little bit of that. Aldreaky Tours, which I've mentioned before, definitely takes you into some of those old sort of areas. So that's kind of why that is kind of there. I don't know, I can picture it because I know what I'm explaining. I don't know if I've actually explained that so that you can understand what I'm saying. Anyway, we're going slightly up the road here to the next haunted pub. I've really not travelled far. There's the Banshee Labyrinth right there. This one, Whistle Binkies. Again, we're on Nidri Street, just off the Royal Mile. Doesn't really as much use the vaults. You can get into this pub either side. You can get into it on the bridge, on the South Bridge, or you can get into it here on Nidri Street. Their most famous ghost is a gentleman that they've called the Watcher. Generally just lurks, stands about. One of the old tri-cornered hats, you know, the three hats which just look awesome and cool, and if they came into fashion today I would totally wear one. But apparently he's got riding boots as well, I should say. Don't know if that's relevant, but apparently he just sort of hangs about and dodges about in corners. He's been seen in the cellar, he's been seen in other parts of the pub, but if approached, just disappears. So, although he's also been said to be seen in other parts of the vaults. So although he's there, he could be seen in any of these. I mean, the Globe Bar there didn't come up as a ghost haunted pub. But you would think, if that's a haunted pub, and that's a haunted pub, and the area it's in has got all this notorious past, that would be a haunted pub. But I couldn't find anything. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's a timeshare. Maybe it's a timeshare for the ghosts, and they go there and then they go there, and that one is just too expensive. I mean, you know what these timeshares are like. They're just... Moving on. There's that cool dress again. I was just actually noticing this place though. It's like a restaurant down there. Doesn't that look nice? It's funny how just a little bit of decoration you go, oh, that's nice. And last, but by no means least, the last of my 5 haunted pubs in Edinburgh, Tolbooth Tavern. Here on the Royal Mile. Canongate part of the Royal Mile. Now it says established in 1820. That was when it was established as a pub. But the building is there for a long time. And it actually used to be the old toll booth, police toll booth for coming into the city. Like, you'd have to go there, you'd have to check your tools and things and make sure you weren't bringing anything bad into the city. Because remember, the city started up there. I've told you this many times. If you ever come, which hopefully you will, be like, this wasn't in the city originally. But then you could say that about anything, really. So that there's not as much specific ghost in there, I have to say. It's more things happening. Full pints darting off tables, people feeling like they get hit and things like that. No pictures, no anything like that, just mysterious goings on. However, look at it. Look at that beautiful old building. I mean, look at the clock up here as well. I mean, whether you want to go in because it's a haunted site, I don't know, but look at it. It is a beautiful building. So, Clanbrynford, as we gently head back. You know, I love the fact that you guys have picked up on Clanbrynford. It just randomly came out of my mouth one day and you guys sort of went, yep, we're taking that. As we head back to the car, that is the... See, I can't rank them. I've got no clue. The Banshee Labyrinth has got the title of most haunted pub in Scotland. Whether it is or not, I don't know. You tell me. Yeah, they've all got... The thing is about them all, they're all aged pubs. They're all aged buildings. They've all obviously got a history there. So whether you believe in the haunted side of it, they've all got a story to tell. So going into them and visiting them isn't a waste of time, if you know what I mean. So yeah, you know, hopefully that's given you something else to do if you come to visit. Like I said, this is a request video, which I love. So I will gradually work through the requests are coming in now for what you want me to do, where you want me to go, what you want to see, stories you want to hear. So you know, nothing like giving me a lot of homework to do. Thanks for that, guys. Anyway, I think that's it for today, guys. Remember, you know, do that thing. and subscribe. Come join us. Join us. That was a bit creepy. But yeah, till next time. Bye, humans.